meditate on the true nature of the one who meditates. Existence-Consciousness-Bliss. Recognize that as your identity. And inquiring, who am I? Dissolve the illusion, the delusion of assuming yourself to be a separate individuality. Who are you? Discern this. And dissolve the ego notion. The knowledge of consciousness by consciousness is meditation. It is objectless. Without the false sense of difference. The consciousness that you are is self-luminous. In meditation, know the knower. You exist. You are existence. You know, you are the knowledge itself. Meditate upon the true nature of the one who meditates.
Thank you for the instructions. It's always so helpful for meditating. There was one word that really turned me inward tonight, and that was objectless. And I focused on my existence and just asked myself, is there anything objective about my existence? Does it have any subtle form to it? Does it have any gross form to it? Or is it just utterly non-objective? And the more I ask the question, the clearer it becomes that I'm not an object of any kind. And I just kept asking, what is the nature of this existence? And it's never defined by any kind of thought or any kind of sensation. It just remains pure, utterly non-objective. That's the thing that just kept resonating so deeply, is it's devoid of any objectivity. And then I asked myself about, how do I know this? How do I... And the other side of existing is knowing, conscious that I exist. And it just becomes very, I was going to say it becomes steady. It's always steady. And the misidentification becomes unsteady. It dissolves in that and doesn't, it just dissolves. And a couple of times a thought would start to rise, and it's just sort of dissolves because it has no consequence to it. I have no interest in it. Often you spoke about the need for continuous, steady inquiry. And if I try to, I'll use the word, if I try to attain that, misidentified, it's never continuous. It just keeps breaking up and breaking up. But when I just absorb myself in existence, then there's no question about what's steady. There's no need to steady something because there's nothing unsteady that's left. It's just gone.
Just existence is perfect.
Thank you.
So you mentioned about checking to see if I'm an ego. And that is kind of, I think, core to the meditation. So I was trying that. Just inspecting can it be the case that I can be an ego? I believe I'm an ego, but there's not a lot of evidence, except for flickers in the mind. So it seems really important that one part that you investigate who is the meditator. I mean, that sort of sums up whatever it would be.
If misidentified, the meditator seems to be an individual, an ego entity. If as meditation you inquire to know what the true nature of that one is, the individuality being unreal vanishes. Not a trace of the ego remains. For whom are the flickers in the mind? The ego is just an assumption. Is it valid?
And none of that really sticks as, continuous. The flickers, whatever it would be.
Only what is real is continuous. Is the mind continuous?
It tries.
Then it is not real. Is the ego notion continuous?
It doesn't seem to be.
What is continuous? Only that is the self. It is being. It is consciousness. You cannot truly be anything else.
Thank you.
In attempting to follow the instruction to meditate on the one who meditates, on the nature of the one who meditates, one can observe sensations that appear to be one, belonging to one. Then there are thoughts, various thoughts that flicker away into the mind, in the mind, and the mind follows the thoughts that it likes, feels that about the thoughts it doesn't like, and all of these is observed to be in the space of consciousness. The question around who knows these thoughts and all of these objective things are not one's own. One can get that far, but the attempt to place the identity in existence, consciousness, and bliss, that itself is not an effort. It cannot be reached. I couldn't, because the identity itself is existence, consciousness, and bliss, and there is no attempting to place. One has to realize that it is already there. That couldn't take place. All of it was just observing these things. The actual placing of the identity was
well, what is your identity? You know that you exist. What is that existence? What's its nature? You know all the thoughts, and there is one beyond it all.
that knowing of the knower is it's difficult to grasp because there's no way to it. It cannot be a method by which one knows the knower.
Who knows of the difficulty? Can being oneself actually be a difficulty? You are not any objective thing. What is non-objective is absolutely formless and thus illimitable. What is not an object alone is what you are. And being not an object, you have no beginning or end. You cannot be grasped, but you cannot be lost.
The bliss of this should be present in meditation if one is meditating truly. That the nature of oneself being illimitable or unlimited and without beginning, without end, is by nature blissful. But during meditation, one is caught up by
more or less bliss is the mind's interpretation only. Being is measureless, and where being is, there is bliss. Only the consciousness which you are can truly know this. Such knowledge is direct experience. There is no gap between yourself and the self. So consciousness is itself. Bliss fills itself. Being, existence, just is itself. Continue to inquire.